The Von Barnes story is what we're talking about today in the East Central Business Show. I'm John Naylor and unsurprisingly joined by Von Barnes from Pinnacle Properties. Welcome on the show, Von.
Thank you, John. Great to be here.
Yeah. Now, I want to talk to you today. This is a bit different. We're taking the East Central Business Show, it's a lot different. I want to know the people. I want to know their values. I want to know, are you happy for me to ask you a few questions about where you come from?
Yeah, so start at the beginning.
Oxley, I think.
I was born in 17 Mile Rocks in Brisbane, which is, most people don't even know that. It's actually between Oxley and Jindalee, and it's a great suburb.
Yeah, coming from an island, I'm all too familiar in the lofty heights, Von.
I know, I had elegance up there, didn't I? Yes. In the 1974 floods, we were in a situation where everybody was flooded, but we were not. And we even went and got our milk from the local cows down the road. We are going back a few years now. But 17 Mile Rocks, born and bred.
Yeah, yes. That's it. Now, you come easily to sales, obviously. You know, you built a fabulous business very quickly around Pinnacle Properties. But I understand, and talking to you off camera, that sales is where you come from. I mean, you've got some early memories. I mean, what's your earliest memory of sales? Not yourself, but...
I think one of the best memories I have is when my father was always in sales. So he used to sell stamps, and I used to watch my father interact with people and selling stamps. And we went to the highest level with selling these stamps around Australia, and my father was very successful. And what I loved was...
Well, you went to stamp fairs.
Yeah, well, he did everything. He did everything. And he sold to the Premier of Queensland. He sold everywhere. And I loved watching him and be jovial and friendly and warm. And I just liked that. And I loved that he liked people. And I watched him. And, you know, that was really a beautiful beginning of being involved in sales. You know, it's about the people.
Yeah, okay. So that's what's driven you off on this career. Because I understand you're higher qualified, but you've always steered towards a sales role.
It's interesting, you know, even though you go through uni and you get degrees and whatever, I've always loved being in sales. And when we were talking before, even going through uni, you become a waitress, but you're a waiter to sell food. So you're still in sales, aren't you? And you're still dealing with people. So I've always loved that, and I've always been doing that. And, you know, 20-something years later, maybe 30-something years later, I still love it, and it's a passion of mine. It's the people, but it's also the service and the connection with the people.
Yeah. Well, for mine, you know, personally, my thing was cut price deli and snow delis as I worked my way through uni. But for me, it's always been the customer service element, and you know, and sales. And you, both of you and I have come up through sales type careers. And there's this question about integrity in sales. It's always like sales is always perceived as some sort of dirty word. I mean, what's your opinion about it?
It's really interesting, and when you say you're in sales, people immediately think that you're a different type of person, or your morals, or you're unethical. And I always say sales is an opportunity that you can serve the people and care for them a lot, and that's really important. Sales to me is about getting a result with a person involved, and it's got nothing to do with the unethical aspect of sales. You know, and going through uni, waitressing, or doing whatever I did, you did cut price deli, was it around then? But you know, I loved being with people. I loved the people, and it's also the integrity. And I think that's one of my points of difference is caring for the people with a heart and integrity, and that's really important.
Yeah, well, I guess, I resonate with that absolutely, because I can remember even IT sales, I'd walk away from opportunities, you know, much to the displeasure of my boss and the business owner type thing. I said, no, well, that stuff doesn't work. And they go, no, we're committed to selling X amount of product per year for this, you know, manufacturer of IT. I said, well, when are they going to fix it? You know, when is it going to work?
Sure. Well, I worked for a computer company for a couple of years. I walked in
as well.
Yeah, computer company. I know. And I walked in there. I had no idea even how to turn the computer on. I had no idea. And they're talking about RAM. They're talking about hard drives. I'm going, yes. So what I think you need is, and we just talked about the solution. Tell me what you need. We'll provide the solution. Give you the product, and then you've got to sell. But it's always about listening to what they want, not selling them that they don't need. That's really important.
Yeah. How does that translate now into your current business? So you've made your decision to go off and start Pinnacle Properties. Now you could have bought a franchise. What's the telling point? Take me into the world of Von Barnes and the decision to go your own way.
When I started, I prayed a lot, but more importantly, it was scary. But when I went to every other franchise or every other brand, I felt I was losing a little bit of myself, a little bit of my integrity, a little bit of my care factor. And I was restricted or constricted. So Pinnacle was evolved because I wanted to do it my way. I wanted to be in control.
Yes.
But I wanted to be able to care for the people at a deeper level, not just put a house on the market and take a photo. That's not who we are. Our level of care. And can I share the story of Brian that we talked about before?
Oh, you go for it. Yeah, please do.
Brian, we met Brian here in Albany Creek House, and Brian, if you're listening, hello. But he bought the house in 1970 with his bride. He then had 3 children there. And then, 40 odd years later, we had to go and sell it. He had never moved. He had never packed. He didn't know what to do. So every Friday, we would have coffee and cake. Brian made cake. And for 3 to 6 months, we just every week spent time getting the. So 3 months was hardcore, the next 3 months. And then we took the house to market. We got him an exceptional price because we helped him style and paint it and do it. And then we actually helped him pack it up and close the house down.
Wow.
He had never moved, and he's now in a over 55's place. But what a beautiful honour and journey. And it's the care factor. It's the integrity, and it's the honour and honesty.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
it.
So, and you've been a part of that process.
Yeah.
All the way along.
Yeah.
We're talking about communication off camera.
Yeah. And I think communication is really important, and sharing the good, the bad and the evil, because not every house is simple to sell. So it's about holding their hands, taking them from, excitement through the hard journey of having a house on the market to the celebration of actually selling the house. And also when we lose contracts, because sometimes when you take a house to market, you'll lose a contract. So holding the seller's hands while that happens, it's really important. It's all come down.
Distressing.
It's distressing. It's gut-wrenching. But it's all about the communication with the vendor, the families, the support and the care.
Yeah, okay. Now, how many, and this, so to understand one of the other key points of difference that you work with is that a lot of the times you provide decor included in the price.
Yeah, so when we take a house
That's
to market,
unheard of, Von.
we know,
You charge thousands for that.
but we wanted to do it better and different. So
Fabulous, yeah.
we started getting a lot of houses that were owned by older people. And, some of these people have been in the houses for 50 years and their furniture is 50 years old. So we need to make it look beautiful. We need to make it look warm and modern, but not sterile. We also need to take their furniture out. And we also need to prep the houses if they need it. But more importantly, it comes back to the level of service and care. At Pinnacle, what we do is we literally do take care of everything from cleaning, styling, but more importantly, the whole journey. Whole journey.
Yeah.
And it's from woe to go to celebration, opening the champagne at the end. It's the whole journey of selling a house.
Yeah, you're very emotionally involved in and that's what I've heard when there's
It's
all
my
the time
heart.
I spent with you, yeah.
And
And you've got a hug rule as well with your clients.
yes, and you think I'm joking, I'm not. So if I cannot bond with you and I cannot hug you, I will not list your house. And people go, really? Because at the end of the day, we've got to be connected. We've got to be on the same journey and we've got to be a team. And if we're not, it's never going to work because then you're just going to be a number who's trying to flog a house. You're not trying to sell a property to connect it to the new buyer. And absolutely, if I can't hug you, I will not work with you.
Fantastic.
And it's absolutely black and white.
Von, after all that, or just one thing's completely apparent. You've got a huge heart.
Thank you. It is, but it's important, isn't it? And that's what our point of difference is caring for the people. And when you're talking about selling a property, you're selling somebody's biggest asset. You're selling their most emotional journey, and it's tough. But what an honour and privilege to be part of that. And it's true. So I think the Von Barnes story is all about heart, integrity and care factor.
Fabulous. All right, Von, we're out of time. How do people get in contact with you quickly?
Absolutely. Go to our website or give us a call on 0409 481 594 or the website www.pinnacleproperties.com.au. Love to help in any way we can.
Yeah, and you prefer to do things that within 45 minutes drive of Inaugural. Simple.
Yeah.
The Von Barnes story today on the East Central Business Show. Thank you very much, Von. It's really got some special energy from you beyond what I normally get from you. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on the East Central Business Show. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of the East Central Business Show. What we'd love you to do is subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube and go look for other videos we're doing. If it's on some other channel like LinkedIn where we love to talk to you and educate you through great episodes, then please follow and watch out for more episodes. We'll see you next time.